Hi guys, today's video is going to be a general energy reading for the week ahead. So the week starting Monday the 12th of May 2025. This is just a general energy reading. It could apply to a number of situations, so I'm going to try and interpret it in as many ways as possible. Take what applies to you, and if it doesn't, never mind. So I'm going to take 3 cards for the general energy for the week ahead. Ace of Cups, the Hermit, and Judgment. Okay, so generally speaking, Ace of Cups would be the beginning of something. Usually it's some kind of relationship or emotional connection, or it could just be something creative. It could be a new creative endeavor, it could be a new idea, anything that's sort of something that you're passionate about. So, you know, again, it could relate to a new job role that you're passionate about. It could relate to a new hobby, anything new basically that stirs some kind of emotional reaction in yourself. Or it could just be that you have got a new love interest coming in, or if you're already in a relationship, it may be that, you know, you're gonna enter a new phase of your relationship. It's just a very positive card. It's a card of emotional fulfillment. You know, the cup is overflowing. It's just a very, very good vibe. So, you know, not a terrible week ahead. Next, we have got the Hermit, which does seem a little bit of a contrast to the Ace of Cups. This is usually a card of isolation, and generally kind of needing to do something on your own. It's usually some kind of decision or healing process, etc. However, it doesn't have to be a negative card. You know, this guy is on his own out in the snow. However, you know, sometimes you do need to do things alone. Not everything is something that you may share with other people. And if we bring back the Ace of Cups into this situation, it could just be that you've got a new endeavor that is yours alone. You know, it's you filling your own cup. It doesn't necessarily have to mean kind of a new romantic interest, for example. It may be that you've wanted to do something for yourself for a long time, perhaps something creative, perhaps a new hobby, something that you're doing for you on your own. You know, this guy's got his little star in his lantern guiding his way. So it may just be purely the fact that whatever you're doing, it's for you. It's not for anyone else. It's just purely something that you want to do for yourself, by yourself. The final card in this first lot of cards is Judgment, which again, it looks kind of ominous in this Rider-Waite deck. But again, it's that kind of getting what you deserve. And, you know, we kind of sometimes assume that the Judgment card is, you know, someone judging in a negative way. It's someone, you know, passing judgment, as you may, you know, describe when, you know, someone's being a bit presumptuous about, you know, someone else, for example. However, judgment can also be a good thing, you know. The whole, you know, biblical image of the rapture, this angel's coming down and judging the souls of the dead and departed. Can they go to heaven or not? Some of them is, you know, have done good things and they will be rewarded for those good things. So it can be a little bit of an ominous card. However, with having that Ace of Cups to start, it's more of a card of, you know, you're going to get what you deserve. You've earned this, you've worked hard, and you're going to get, you know, a good outcome. So let's take another line of clarification cards just to see if we can get a little bit more in-depth information, a bit more insight into that. Oh, I'll put that to one side because I didn't ask for it, but there we go. So we'll take 3 more cards for the week ahead. Got Death, High Priestess, and the Lovers. Okay, they're obviously all major arcana cards. which is, it feels quite significant. So we've got these three, and then also the Eight of Cups came out as well, which again is this guy's going off on his own adventure, doing his own thing, which again comes back to the whole theme of being the hermit, going off. He's doing something for himself. As you can see, this guy is actually carrying, you know, a staff, a similar fashion to this guy. It might just be this guy has just set off and now he looks like this because he's got there. So if you did set off on a journey quite some time ago, it may be that this week is where it all kind of, you know, comes to a head. You may reach your destination. You may suddenly start to see, you know, this opportunity you've been waiting for might present itself this week because you've put the work in. You've been off on this journey. You said, right, I'm going to leave this here, go off, do my own thing. And the universe is saying, right, you know, there's mountains on this card, there's mountains on this card. I just get the feeling that there's a journey that's being complete. So let's look at the next three cards that have come out. I think they were that way around, weren't they? Obviously, Death. Death should really be rebirth. It's not a negative card. It's more suggesting that this stage is done. You're here now. You've done the journey, you've done the work, and you know, you're riding in on your white horse in this situation. We've also got the High Priestess. We're looking at kind of that feminine intuition, that knowing, and that self-confidence, really. Again, it's sort of harking back to the Judgment card. That kind of knowing and understanding. And we've also got the Lovers, which again, if you are hoping for some movement on the romantic front this week, we've also had the Ace of Cups. So this combined with the Lovers, it could just be that you've done the work emotionally, you've been on a journey, you've healed, and that new phase of your life is now possible. It could be that you're already in a relationship, you've done the work, you've healed, and the next level is possible. Or it could just be another very positive omen for the week ahead. Again, if you are sort of embarking on a new creative endeavour or a new hobby, etc., it's a good omen that you're going to at least enjoy it and get something very rewarding out of it. So a little bit of a mix of cards this week. However, just this Ace of Cups is setting a very good tone. The Lovers is setting a very good tone. Yeah, I just get the impression that a certain level of hardship and, you know, a journey is done. And this week, we're going to be levelling up. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great week. Please like and subscribe. And I will be back next week with another week ahead. Bye.